All good? Everyone healthy, wealthy and wise?
Yeah, well, not healthy.
Not wise.
Not white, no.
Not healthy.
None of those.
Healthy. Definitely not healthy.
Just sort of existing.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Fine.
I'm ticking all the boxes.
Cool. So, we're going to pick up from where we left off last week with you three having returned home, having been successful in your mission, and returning with
Cirrus. Right.
Oh yeah.
Sirius and
Oh, Sirius.
the mule.
Yeah. That thing.
And the thing.
Marvin.
The thing.
Marvin
We got the what was it?
No, gem.
Stone.
The
Gem.
stone.
The
Yes.
Moonstone.
So what's your plans with regards to the stone?
Keep it.
Oh. I don't know.
Well, you're the fucking.
You're the brains.
I'm not a rogue.
No, you're a ranger. I get
Yeah.
confused.
So, I don't
So
know.
you wouldn't necessarily be a thief.
No. Then we don't. We've got some questions, I think, haven't we, for. Look at my notes. Baron something.
Baron.
Baron, that's the one. He is who he says he is. Let's find out. Yeah.
So your plans are?
Let's have a chat. I think we should have a chat with Vizimar Verin and see if he's Let's see if Sirius recognizes him and.
Well, it's Cirrus, not Sirius.
Yeah, I thought it was Cirrus.
Cirrus, it is.
Sirius. Okay.
You serious?
Oh.
Sirius. Seriously.
Surely it can't be Cirrus.
You can't be serious.
Cool.
Give him cards out.
So you do come back to the house to find that the others are still out and about doing their own thing. So there are just a few of you, the three of you around at the moment.
Cool. And in tow, I suppose we have Sirius and Marvin.
Is that what we named
Like, I can't commit to Marvin, I think I like it too much.
Marvin the mule.
it? Martian.
The Martian. That too.
Where is the mule?
Oh.
In my stomach.
Watching you.
Yeah, always watching.
You can always feel him watching you.
You can probably just hear this. Oh, the cellar.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
I hate that mule.
Instead of having a bird to wake you up in the morning, there's the mule.
Yeah.
Just stood on the house.
He's on the roof, yeah. How?
Cool.
So you want to talk to Verin?
I reckon secretly this mule is a druid.
Ooh.
What makes you think he's a druid?
I don't know, but I can just sense some sort of weird twist coming where it's just this handsome male who Loza falls in love with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the party.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, to be honest, it's not a route that I'd sort of gone down. Anyway.
You guys, your notes now.
But, you know, who knows?
Could be my husband.
Tell you what, because you've seen this mule,
Yeah.
can you turn into that exact same mule,
I could turn into mule now, yeah.
but that same one who stares at me constantly?
Yeah. It is pretty humanoid in the way it stares.
Maybe it's just that humans are quite mule-like.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Must be
They're
the
all
hair.
asses. God, sniffing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we're at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can pop your people on the board.
Shipment two.
That's you. Oh no, wait, that's.
Oh.
I don't know
Oh, there,
actually.
actually.
I think that's.
Yeah, that's right.
Iron. No, just stuff.
Cool. So you're just lounging around in the house. You've kind of slow start to the day. Cirrus is sort of wandering around, looking a little lost and aimless. The mule is downstairs, just making the occasional braying noise. The others, they've been in and out, been gone. They're just busy with other stuff. No one's really seems to have time to even ask you what you've been up to, what happened yesterday. So just the three of you sat there reflecting on your trip to the derelict house and the retrieval of this stone, this gem.
So what do you want to do? There's no.
Well, I want to eat my food first.
You've been eating all morning. It's time to take action. Take a croissant for the road.
What's a croissant?
Yeah, well, a croissant. Should I just take my cereal as well?
Like a mule.
It's a vicious monster. Yeah.
Well, I say we speak to this fella and, you know, see what's what. See if Cirrus recognises him.
Let's go find him. You're the one who met him. Do you know where we can find him?
No.
That's exciting. Maybe the pub.
Yeah.
We'll go to the pub.
To the town.
Okay.
To the pub would be all.
Cool. So you make your way back to the pub, wander through town. It's kind of mid-late morning by the time you get there, and sat at a table on his own with a nice late breakfast in front of him. You see Verin.
Take the lead.
You take it.
You're the one who knows him.
Yeah, but you're bad at talking.
Baron.
Ah, welcome. He says, have you got good news for me? Have you managed to locate the gem?
We've had some progress. Yeah, we had a few questions. If I'm honest, there it is.
Of course, yes. Anything I can do to help. I mean, I can't promise to know much. I really didn't know anything about the family until it came to my knowledge that I was now the Baron, and but
It's amazing. Oh well, we Sick
What were
rat.
our questions? I don't even remember.
For reference, he saw a mule which he found funny.
a mule. Okay, is that significant for me?
The mule's definitely not significant, but we did come across a dwarven kind of guy,
Robot.
like a robot geezer.
It's not me. In case you were wondering.
His name is Cirrus. He's famous to serve
Have you?
you.
A dwarf who serves me. I'm afraid you're confusing me a little bit at the moment.
He's quite eager to meet you.
Yeah, he knocked me out a couple of times just to meet you.
He knocked you out.
Yeah.
He seems very confused.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is this some sort of joke or?
No, we
I
can
really wish it was.
We would never joke.
we can show you, in fact.
Well, I mean, that might be helpful.
Would you like?
Did we bring him?
Yeah, we
No, do
did.
you want to come back to our place?
Don't come to my house.
Yes, but more importantly, what of the gem? What of the stone?
Well, the dwarf has the gem, you see, so.
You have the gem,
But not me, but the other
but you
dwarf.
have recovered it.
We believe so.
Yes.
That's fabulous news. That would be very helpful at the moment. Times have been rather difficult for the family, you know. Yes, that would be great. At your place,
At our place.
is that the house, the sort of run down property I believe you acquired recently?
That's the one. You struck us best, clearly.
Okay, well I need to sort myself out. I'm still in my breakfast attire at the moment, but perhaps I could meet you there in an hour or two, if that would be satisfactory to you all.
That sounds great.
We might not be there.
Well, I'm sure we can plan on being there.
So we sit and wait for an hour.
This is all we had to do for the day.
Let's just sit and watch him eat. Licking our lips.
It's
Like,
alright, I can wait.
Looking at you.
looks nice. You gonna eat that sausage?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. He's getting very uncomfortable.
No worries, I'll sing you a song later.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's not compulsory. To the house.
He's quite good. Yeah. To the house.
That's a good.
Kabow.
Yeah.
To the back. Okay, so you head back down to the house. What are you going to do whilst you're waiting for him to?
So we have a chat with
see.
Cirrus.
Does he have a stone or do you have a stone? It's on your person, isn't it?
I was of the impression that Malric had it.
Yeah, but I
honest.
didn't want to give it to him then without seeing
No, yeah.
The dwarves was. Yeah.
So that's why I said the dwarf has it. So I should probably give him the
Yeah.
stone. Shouldn't I?
Give it to the mule.
Do you have it? Yeah.
Yeah.
just to clarify.
You got the gem, mate.
Cool. Is Sirius is knocking about the house, I guess. What are we asking?
We got a mini for it.
For
Cirrus.
Cirrus.
you can grab a dwarf off there.
Grab a dwarf.
Oh, I don't know if I can lean back. Oh.
He's hurt his back.
Yeah, you could make a fuss. When you
Fuss.
I ignored him.
Is that disadvantage pros for him now?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Disadvantage. Someone's going to have to put him in a better position. Or he's just walking into the wall, going
He's just like walking around, like asking questions.
Yeah, just,
Where is the Baron? Where is he?
I don't know how to bring him to it.
I'll put him here.
What,
Oh, that's
outside?
outside.
I thought he was just wandering around.
Outside. Maybe he'd like to be at the table with the rest of us.
Well, I don't know. He seems like a bit of a quirky character. He's gonna sit down.
quirky.
Put him at the head of the table.
So, in order to back up my story, I'm going to give him the stone.
Is that wise?
Yeah, because I feel like he's gonna run off.
He.
Or give it to the Baron without.
We might want to keep the stone. I think we should keep the stone.
Okay.
Oh, the
Because if
mystery, the
this guy turns out to
mystery.
be shady and doesn't want to pay us, that's our insurance.
That's
But,
why we asked for the gold first.
but Cirrus serves him, not us. Currently.
Well, no, he didn't. Well, no, I thought he was.
He serves the
He
Baron.
became our guy.
He just came back with us to meet the Baron.
Oh, I don't know.
So.
Where have you been?
I don't know. I forget. It's been 2 weeks.
I think we should hold on to the stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What did you
So
want
what?
to ask?
Yeah. What were we gonna
Cirrus?
ask him?
No, we're going to tell him that the Baron was on his way.
Okay.
That's a good shout. Yeah.
The Baron.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Baron is coming to see you.
Yeah, he'll be here in about an hour or two.
Oh, that is good news. I really need to explain to him what's been going on and find out. I'm sure he's very disappointed in me for having allowed everything to get into such a mess. Can't quite work out what happened. Is his wife and the children coming as well?
Just the Baron.
Just him. He doesn't seem to remember you though.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, we told him about you and he had no recollection.
Are we talking about the same person?
Well, we're talking about
Baron?
the Baron, but whether it's...
Baron Verin.
Baron Verin.
Yes. Baron Alric Verin.
Don't know his first name, do we?
We do know his name is Vizimar.
Okay.
Vizimar Verin.
What, do you know what his
Vizimar?
Vizimar?
No, not Vizimar. Alric.
Is that his father? I'm guessing that's his dad or something.
No. Vizimar. Second cousin.
Short
Second
circuit.
cousin, yes. I think from the mainland. Yes. Yes. No, he's not the Baron. He's just a young boy.
Oh, he's no longer young.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean, sir.
No, he's a man.
No, he's about 7 or 8 years old, sir. That's all.
Well, I'm sure you can ask him questions when he arrives. If he does.
Well, yes. Okay. But when will that be?
Is
About an hour or so.
Yeah, is it about an hour?
Good. Right.
Got no concept of time.
You can see he's kind of as much as robotic, animated sort of dwarf characters can be. You can see there's some sort of agitation just in his general sort of movement. A little while later, half an hour later, there's a knock on the door.
I'll get it.
Yeah, let the woman guess it.
This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with.
Oh
Where is the door anyway?
no! Door is sort of
Over here?
yeah over by this.
You do not lay out to your own house.
Yeah. And you open the door to the site of Baron.
Good day, sir.
Come on in.
Hello. Yes, thank you. Yes, good. So he makes his way in, so he follows you in, and well met. And as he's kind of looking around the room, all over the place, and where's the gem? Is it here?
Yes, but before.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
We don't-
Now, let me see. What was it we agreed? That I would pay you 100 gold?
Was that 100 gold each or just 100 gold?
100 gold, surely.
I believe it was 50 gold each, was what.
50 gold each, yes, and there's just the 3 of you. No, is this one of your colleagues? There were only 3 of you, so that would be 150 gold.
This is the dwarf that we were telling you
So
about.
he starts into his little pouch, and you see came to get coins, and what? Sorry, the dwarf.
Yeah, his name is Sirius.
His name's actually Cirrus.
Cirrus.
Oh yeah, Sirius.
Cirrus. No, I'm afraid I don't know any dwarfs called Cirrus. I don't know, the name does ring a bell, but I'm not quite sure. You see that the dwarf is sort of looking at the character, just eyeing him up and down. This is not the Baron.
This is the Baron that we know, the Baron that hired us to come.
This is not the Baron. This is an imposter. He starts to sort of stand up straight, he brings his axe up, and he looks at this guy, the Baron as you know him. And I demand you tell me who you are and what's going on, and where is the Baron? What is happening here? This man is an imposter. Call the guard. Call the guard.
Oh my
now.
god, this guy. For my blood pressure rising.
I'm sure that the Baron can explain what's going on here.
You can see he's taken aback, clearly taken aback by this, and he's sort of like, he's looking at you for some sort of protection from this guy who is clearly getting quite wound up. And he says, but I am the Baron, I'm the Baron Vizimar Verin, that is who I am. Not of my choosing, just of birth, that's all. It was an accident of birth, and here I am. What can I say? It's what it is. It's my first time I visited the Moonshine Islands for 40 years, but that is who I am. I don't know how else to say. And you can see the the dwarf is really getting quite wound up at this point. He starts to manoeuvre his way around the table, and it looks like he's going to attack this guy with his axe.
Can I, before he does that, cast my... what's it called again? I've lost it. I don't want to hit him. Rope.
I cast rope.
Hold out my rope and say command word, which is, as we agreed, the command word.
Okay.
Nice.
And
So is it a rope of entanglement?
it's a rope of entanglement.
Okay.
Just a regular rope.
That's just a lassoing. Yeehaw!
Succeed on a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. I'll become restrained.
Okay. So he has a 12. So you watch as the rope flies out from your hand and wraps itself around the dwarf and tangles itself around his leg. As he's trying to move forward, he crashes down onto the floor and is fighting to get away from this thing. Shouting, what are you doing? Let me at him. This man is an imposter. You must let me free.
I am sorry, Cirrus. I can't let you go bonking people around here. You're going to get us into trouble.
You can't go bonking people, can you?
You can see the Baron is Cirrus. I remember a Cirrus. I'm sure it was a Cirrus. Someone who used to work at my great uncle's house at the manor when we visited as children. This can't be Cirrus. He's Cirrus. Yes. You see, trying to sort of pull back the memories from his childhood. You can almost see some light sort of start to come into his eyes. Cirrus, the sort of the butler dwarf. Yes, could this be him? Cirrus? Is it possible it's you? It's me. It's me, Vizimar. Do you remember me? See just the two of them have kind of got eyes locked. The dwarf is just not at all convinced. The Baron is looking at him, and over the next few minutes he starts to share little sort of memories of things that he did as a child. And he says, do you remember that time in the pond when I was stuck in the pond and you had to come and get me out, and that time when I got stuck in a tree and you had to come and rescue me, and that time when I got stuck, I did get stuck quite a lot as a child. And you can see that the dwarf is starting to sort of look, the eyes have changed, the anger is changed, and he's sort of, Master Vizimar? Is it possible? What magic is this? So how is it possible, Master? You are but 7 years old. And he goes on then, the Baron, to explain to the dwarf that some 40 odd years have passed since he was a child, and in that time the family's fortunes have declined, and the manor has collapsed and was destroyed with a fire, and he explains how the family were killed. And he now is the only heir, and that's why he is the Baron. And slowly the dwarf seems to comprehend at some level, or at least be sort of partially convinced, and he sort of drops that aggressive tension that you see in him. You see, as much as is possible in this animated figure, this sort of sense of grief coming over him, and he sort of sits there coiled up with this rope holding him. But I have let my master down. He says, I should have been there to save them. What should I have done? How is it possible that this could happen? I don't know what to do now, sir. I think so. I think if you are the Baron, he says, then you are my master now, and it would be my duty and my honour to serve you. to somehow try and make up for my failings for the old Baron. You can see that Vizimar is a little bit perplexed by this. Servant. Yes, not sure about the servant thing, to be honest, but perhaps it would be good if you were to let him go
Yeah, of
from
course.
his ropes. That would be very good.
Commander would.
And so the rope loosens itself, and the dwarf sort of slightly clumsily gets himself back to his feet, and now his eyes, his whole attention is fixed on the Baron, and just look at each other for a moment, and then the Baron just turns and goes, anyway, he says, money, 150. Is that correct? And you have the stone for me. But where is the stone?
I got the stone.
Can I see it? So, I mean, forgive me for being so indelicate, but before I hand over 150 gold coins, I would like to see that you have actually got the stone.
Yeah.
I think should we ask some questions about it first? So just handing it over.
If you'd like to, go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right. Like, go ahead.
What's so important about the stone?
What it's important is, I believe, it's my salvation, the salvation of the family. I won't be candid with you at all. I plan to sell it to raise as much money as I can. I believe it is of significant value, and I hope to sell it soon in the city and then be on my way back to the mainland.
You happy to just...
I'm quite happy.
I think we should get extra because you get a dwarf as your servant here.
I'm quite happy to keep the dwarf. If you want.
No, you could have some. You could have the mule as well.
Yeah, have the meal.
No, a mule. I'm really not sure I need a mule at all. It was
Do you want the
agreed
dwarf?
150 gold, and I did understand that you were people of honour.
I think we should just take the gold
Yeah.
and the dwarf.
Well, you want to
Okay.
keep the dwarf?
Let's keep him.
The dwarf.
No,
he's
gonna be
So
sad.
My purpose and my master stands before me. I'm afraid this, sir. I must serve you. That is my duty and my responsibility.
We'll take 200. If
And you can have the dwarf.
Sorry, 200.
I don't think he wants to keep the dwarf.
No, but
200
it's
and we'll
clear
keep the
that
dwarf.
I thought we had agreed 150.
I think we should. 150 is quite a lot. I think we should
And let
just
the
sell.
dwarf go with him, yeah.
No, I wouldn't dare to threaten you, but it would be uncomfortable if I had to let people know that you were not people of your word.
I
I'm
agree.
sure it would be better. You can see a bit of an edge coming over his personality a little bit. It's like, you can try and trick me now if you want to, or do the dirty on me, but it's not necessarily going to go well for you guys.
Sounds like a threat.
In our own house, nonetheless.
And we risked our lives.
No, he's not threatening you. He's just making it clear that you had a deal, and
We did have a deal.
he expects you to stand by that deal. It may be something to do with his upbringing. He's sort of, a deal is a deal. That's if a man strikes a deal, then that's what it should be. I'll deal with the dwarf. He says we'll sort something out, and I certainly am not interested in the mule, but if I could have my gem, that would be good. I would like to get it taken to be appraised.
I say we give him the gem.
Let's give it to him.
Okay.
He counts out coins onto the table, 150 gold coins.
Can I inspect the coins? Can I do an investigation
Yeah.
Yeah,
check?
you can if you want to.
12 plus 5.
They're just coins.
16.
Yeah, as far as you can tell. I mean, are you picking them up to inspect?
Just like, yeah, having a little.
okay.
little
So you-
gander at a
yeah,
few.
they've got the right weight and the right feel that you He doesn't give you the impression that he's going to try and
Swindle us.
definitely.
There you go. You're not allergic to nuts, are you? Okay.
I was allergic to nuts, I wouldn't let you lot in.
No, that's a good point. Good point.
I was
Fair
going
enough.
to say, like, where do we go with that?
Because
He
it's really dangerous.
stands waiting for the.
Alright, if you'd be so kind.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Cool. Oh, it's fantastic. It's amazing. Absolutely spectacular. And, worth a fortune, I'm sure. Puts in his post. Well, thank you very much. Great to do business with you, and I guess I'm sure we'll probably not ever actually see each other again. But there you go. Good luck, and start to sort of make his way to the door, and the dwarf is just following him. He heads off out into the streets. Yes, sir. I'll come with you, sir. Where are we going, sir? Yes, sir. And off they track into the afternoon.
I don't trust that guy.
That's not the last we'll see of him at
I
all.
wanted to keep the dwarf.
Why?
Yeah, I was thinking him too.
I suppose it could have been useful, but
I just
found him annoying.
wanted to rip off that one.
So, what's next?
We have quite a lot of money now.
I think we should
Blackjack.
use it to, do some work on the house.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Because as the Baron said, here's a very run-down house.
Ooh.
Loza, would you please?
I don't know if I want to get the door.
Get the door.
Shall I go as the bear?
Bear.
I'm gonna answer the door as the bear.
You actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So you
I haven't got a thing for it.
wild
Wild
shape into your bear, and
Sweet.
choice.
Oh, I forgot.
And as you sort of pour the handle, and then the door swings in. As he stood on the other side of the door, this person steps back. Absolute shock over his face, just stands there looking. Tall, very well dressed gentleman, in very elegant robes, and you can see he wears a chain around his neck. Seems to have a symbol that you've seen before in the city. And he's sort of, there. There? And he starts to back away from the
Yeah,
door.
back away.
Don't mind the bear, he's just our pet.
Wow.
Looking down at you and at the bear, and yes, maybe I've got the wrong address.
Who would you be looking for?
I was looking for the adventurers.
Oh, we are the adventurers.
I come up with that point. Yep, no, that's definitely us.
This is my friend Loza. And this is not my not so
Lots of the
friend.
bear.
Huh?
Lots of the bear. Okay, yes.
Oh.
I wonder if it would be possible, and would it be safe for me to come in and talk to you?
Yeah, don't worry. Loza will change back to a normal form just now.
Well, she's literally just going to change back, get naked
On the
in front
doorstep.
of this guy on the door.
Well, in another room, maybe.
I don't think my character is.
Yeah, to be fair.
I don't think she's.
Do you really care at all?
Yeah.
Poor guy on the doorstep. He's met by a bear. The next thing is this naked woman disappearing inside. It's just,
On all fours.
okay. Very adventurous. Jeez. May I come in?
Of course.
He looks quite anxious, this guy. I mean, he looks a bit stressed. Having had
I would be as well.
by a bear, to be honest. He comes in and you can see as he comes in, he's sort of looking over his shoulder a little bit as he comes through the door and makes his way over towards the fireplace and sits himself down on one of the chairs. And,
I'll show you this guy.
That seems like me.
Oh,
There's the dwarf gone now, but it's fine. And he introduces himself as Lord Cedric Ravenshaw.
cool name.
The name is vaguely familiar to you. It's a name you think you've probably heard around town. It's one of the sort of richer families in the local area. Yes, it's, I've come here today because I need your help. I'm desperate for somebody to help, and I've heard such amazing and wonderful things about you and the things you've done, and it seems to me that you might be the very people to help me in this dreadful situation.
Of course, maybe you'd like to tell us some more.
And how much you'll pay?
He looks slightly sort of he's ready to talk to you, slightly disturbed by how much you want to pay. Yes, I'm sure we can come to an agreement. So, but the thing is, my daughter, my beloved daughter, Lady Amelia, has been kidnapped, and I believe she has been taken by the Black Fangs, and she's being held captive. And yes, as you know, I am a man of wealth, and I would be more than willing to pay whatever it takes to secure her release if it's something that you would be able to consider. They have sent me a letter demanding ridiculous amounts of gold for her release, and whilst I suppose I could pay it, and I would if that was the only way, I just wondered whether it might be better to see if someone like yourselves could perhaps secure her release from these dreadful bandits.
We could definitely look to do that. I sound like I'm doing a job interview.
Can you tell a little bit about your past employment?
What's your hobbies?
Do you not feel like sending us to rescue her might put her in more danger? I mean, don't get me wrong, we're very capable, but I find it
Well, in truth,
curious.
sir, this wouldn't be the first time that the Black Fangs have kidnapped somebody, and even when the ransom has been paid, they've not always returned those kidnapped people alive. And I fear that even if I gave them all of my wealth, they may not release her or at least not harm her, and just think it might be worth trying.
I understand.
So
You are, in a sense, my last hope, I believe.
you get that a lot.
Yeah. We're kind of a big deal.
My last hope, yes, like there's no other choice. I love you guys.
Rock and a hard place, oh my god.
Yes, yes.
So where are these people?
Well, he goes on to explain that he believes that they will have taken her to their sort of hideout, their base, which is known to be in a cavern or a cave system, only accessible from the sea. It's where they sort of hide out and hole up when they're in the area. Black Fangs themselves are a notorious group of bandits who tend to move around the whole region. They're not sort of based always around Sunderstad, but they sort of move around, just popping up every now and then.
Yes.
Do they have cool jackets?
Is that significant, madam?
I'll steal one.
Who left the bed?
Sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty
He's a
badass.
little uncomfortable with eye contact with you and any sort of, it's just, you can see his mind going there, naked woman on
Just bare naked.
where is, yes, jackets. Yes. He comes back to you because he kind of thinks that you're probably the one he's likely to get the most sense out of.
Yikes.
I'm just sat there playing with books.
Occasionally,
I'm just like scratching.
sort of
myself.
demanding money, I think, is the sort of,
Greedy dwarf.
yeah.
I mean, we don't have a boat. Do you think you
I
could?
can sort that out for you, definitely. So we can get you this. It's not far to the cave, just around, just outside the harbour. You follow the coast for about a quarter of a mile, and there's a tunnel entrance into the cavern, I believe.
Lovely. We can do that. And you can provide crew?
We can get you a small rowing boat.
Small
would
boat?
probably be the most suitable. I mean, a crew and a large boat would probably
Yeah,
warn
big
them that
conspicuous.
sure something was happening.
How many of these guys should we expect there?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. So, I mean, they're from what I understand, they're quite a big band of bandits. But I don't know, 10, 20, 100, 5, 2, 7. I'm really not sure. So all I know is that I'm desperate that you would do this, and I would be happy to reward you. I believe that a sum of 75 gold would be
Each.
Each.
maybe 50 gold each, perhaps. The three of you would, 150 gold would be a good reward, a good payment for such an act. From what I've heard, you would be able to deal with this with no problems whatsoever, and it should be a simple task for you.
Out of curiosity, how much was the ransom?
More than 150 gold, for sure. So yes.
Yeah. Do you think that seems fair, Leo?
If it's an issue on money, sir, then perhaps I should go and seek help from somewhere else. I'm sure there would be
I'm sure
people
there
in the
is help.
tavern who would.
Anyone else?
Sorry?
I'm like visibly disturbed by how unwilling to help you guys are.
You can see he gets up from the chair and he says, "Perhaps I was mistaken, and what I heard about you was wrong. And I'm sure if I go to the tavern, there will be men who would be prepared to undertake this task for me.
They would be willing to, but would they be successful?
And he turns around and heads towards the door.
We'll do it. Don't mind my friends.
Well, you can.
Sure.
And looks at you, and he looks at them. Do I have your word that you would do this? I mean, it's something that needs to be done now. Otherwise, I must go to the tavern and see if I can find any men that would.
We'll get on it right away. How quickly can you have a boat ready for us?
I have a boat I can make available for you right now.
You guys ready?
Go on then.
Fine.
Do we have?
The epitome of trustworthiness.
Roll me a persuasion check.
What was
Oh dear. Hold on. It's not going to be enough.
Well, it's okay. It's only Rail that's trying to persuade him that he can. You are trustworthy. He looks at you and he says, "Sir, I am not sure quite whether that be true, but things are desperate. And so, do I have your word that you will undertake this task?"
You have my word.
You have my word that I will give you. I will give you the money now if that makes it easier for you to accept the task.
All
Yes,
the money.
afterwards.
No.
He bags it in his pocket and he just plonks it down on the little table in front of him.
Not so fast. I think you should hold on to your money for now. I wouldn't feel comfortable. As a gesture of goodwill, taking your money until we've completed the task.
He's sort of staring at Loz and now he's like, and he picked the purse back up again and he jumps back, very startled and worried, and then sort of, very funny, yes. I'll meet you in the harbour in an hour.
An hour's plenty of time, absolutely.
She needs
2
to get dressed as
hours.
well.
Richard's got no chance when he gets back. The chaos that has ensued now.
From one person.
We are going to have to invite the Wednesday team to come up with a name for this group.
That's true, it's only fair.
I will have to furnish them with relevant information about your behaviour and your attitude and your untrustworthiness, your disrespect for people. Other than that, I'm sure they'll come up with a fabulous name. So he leaves, somewhat. He's not 100% convinced about what's just gone on, but he goes and you have an hour to prepare yourself for this mission.
Okay.
Do you recover on a short rest your wild shape? Because it might just be worth you
I
resting.
can't find it. Where is it?
Your wild shape stuff should be...
Yeah.
You get to wild shape twice, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You
Sorry,
do.
I thought it was like a slot.
You
New.
should need to keep a tally somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
You will have had a rest, so you if you're going to
You
stop
can use
now,
one shape as a bonus action. You can use a bonus action to extend one spell slot. 2 per short rest.
yeah. So you've got
Yeah, short
one
rest.
more wild shape if you want to. If you want to have a short rest, you'll have to hang around a little bit longer before you.
How long's a short rest?
So you need 2 hours.
2 hours.
That's why.
You can rest on the way.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good.
Or we row.
I'm ready. Let's do stretches.
Cool.
Okay. So is there anything you wish to do?
Do we feel like we need supplies? Maybe it's worth taking a little shopping trip on our way to the harbour. We have some money
I
now.
think I should play us a song to motivate us.
I've still got my old bargain inspiration. I can do that.
You're going to play a song.
Yeah,
You still
Just
do?
to-
for motivation.
Yes, come on.
Okay. Should we get a few pints in while we're waiting?
For the song.
You can, yes, if you think it's tight. Can you pass me my phone off there? Side, please. Right, thank you. The one with all the secret anti-styles.
Guardian Leviosa.
Dosh.
So, what preparations do you want to make? Is there anything you
I'd
want
say we
to
go to
do?
like a blacksmith or something.
Do we... What?
So 1 hour is enough for a short rest, so you can be refreshed before you head off.
Would you like to stay and rest, and maybe me and Malric can go for a shop?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll get this guy over here.
Whatever we can get, mighty hammer.
And you two are still adventuring.
So you're just going to have a bit of a snooze, sort your stuff out. You guys, what is it you want to do?
We'd quite like to go...
Like a blacksmith, maybe?
Yeah. Is there like a...
In the town, so there's a market on the
Market.
edge of the city. You make your way up to the top of the city and out the gates. There's a large, sort of semi-permanent marketplace. So this is a proper market stores, traders. There's a blacksmith. There's a few blokes sort of woodworking. There seems to be an armourer or somebody working on weapons and things like that. Various sort of grain stacks and stuff.
Ooh. I feel like. Yeah, I'd be keen on looking at some weapons maybe.
Yeah, blacksmith.
Okay, so you can have a mooch around. There's particularly there seems to be a guy who's busy sat on a pole lathe making what looks like shaping a piece of wood that's at some point can become a bow. And there's various weapons in the back and a few stacks. He doesn't seem to have a forge around, but he seems to have some weapons in the store, and he sort of looks at you. Well, mate.
Good day.
Well, I don't know whether it's a good day. I just said, well, mate.
Oh, well met, sir.
Well, mate.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Have you made lots of profits today?
I'm not sure that's any of your business. Can I help you at all?
We're looking.
Okay.
We're looking to potentially upgrade some of our equipment. I was wondering if maybe you could help us.
What are you looking for?
Well,
He stops working on this thing and puts this spoke shave down.
do you buy equipment? Maybe? Weapons?
Sometimes, depends if it's any good. You're looking to part exchange something?
Well, I've got a mace here that I don't really want anymore.
Yeah, I mean, who wants maces nowadays? So yesterday, aren't they?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for a new axe, so I was hoping I could trade.
Hand axe?
Yeah.
Wood axe? Double-handed axe? Bastard axe?
Hand axe would do.
Broad axe?
Ooh.
So a hand axe would be one-handed single weapon. Often
Like
you
a
would
flute.
have two of them and fight with them both. You could throw them as well. They're heavier than a proper throwing axe, but you could throw them as a weapon. A broad axe or a battle axe is a bigger two-handed sort of thing, big blade over the shoulder job. You know, used to sort of like a tin opener on people in armour.
I'd like to have a new hand axe.
Hand axe, well, you're in luck, sir, because I don't know nothing about hand axes. You look around and actually mostly what you see is swords, as well as ranged weapons, and he says, my work is basically about handles, making bows, fletching, leather work. What you need is to go down the road to my brother. He's got the armoury, he could probably help you with some stuff there.
Ah. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, so just at the other end of the thing. Tell him Wednesday sent you.
Okay.
Very nice. I'd be interested in looking at some of your works.
Okay, what kind of what are you looking for? Longbow?
A
Short
longbow,
bow?
please.
Barrel bow?
A longbow would
A
be lovely.
longbow, sir. And you're looking at ash, yew, composite.
What would you recommend?
Haha, well, sir. I recommend something very, very expensive, probably.
A hand axe.
Well, I've recently come into some money. What?
So he gets
Vest.
off the stool he's sitting on, he goes to the back of the tent and he comes back with some sort of canvas tubes, leathery canvas, soft leather tubes, and sort of unfurls the top and pulls out this couple of really beautiful long bows. He shows passes one. He says, "This is you." He said, "No, you're you. This is you." Clearly thinks he's a comedian. He's got another one which is ash, which is heavier, but you feel it's got a bit more tension in it. He hands it to you. It's not strong, so you have to string it. And he sort of gives it and says, "Give it a test, Paul."
Not a new bit.
Are you going to string it first? There are a few people starting to gather. Watch. So a bow normally,
Yeah.
when it's stored, the string is unnotched.
Okay.
So it allows the wood to straighten up, take the tension out.
You're laughing
So
like you
the-
know this.
So the string is loose.
Okay.
So the first thing you have to do is string it, which means you've got to bend the bow down and get the string tightened up.
You were just
on
writing a
something.
song about this.
Yeah.
And the normal way you would do that is you would put it between your legs so that it sort of, if you're stood like that, it would be bent between your legs and you'd use your legs to
Legs
bend
to
the
up.
bow up and put the string on. Okay, you'd know this, you've got enough proficiency with the bow.
Yeah.
So give me a strength check,
A strength check.
just straight strength check.
That's 16.
Cool. So you pull the bow up and you notch it, and you sense this has got nice strength to it. It's probably more powerful than the one you've been using or the one you've had in the past. And then you sort of unhook it from your foot and you can pull it a little bit and you can stretch your arm right out. You should be able to pull the string all the way back to your ear with your arm stretched. And you just relax it. You wouldn't let it go. You'd never just let a bow go like that for no reason. Balance feels quite nice. It's very good. What do you think?
It's
a good one, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
How much is this one?
Well, this is with the case. What have you got to exchange?
I mean, I could exchange you my current bow.
Let's have a look at it then.
Could use my bow.
Yeah. I can see why you'd want to get rid of this. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I mean, I'll take it off your hands if you want me to, but it's not really worth a huge amount to me, to be honest. So you got anything else you want to trade? I mean, you know.
In my bag. I have a lute. I've been carrying that this entire time.
Hello everyone.
Kind of like, and why would I need to lose it?
I have.
You must have had a few emeralds one night and just brought that home with you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Give us a discount, sir, because we're about to go on a dangerous adventure here.
well, if you want to trade in this piece of shit, 45 gold
45 gold.
with the case. I'll even include the string.
Just wait till I tell Monster about this.
How about 40 gold?
I expect you could get one for 40 gold somewhere else, but not from me.
Very well, 45 gold.
Yes, you've been done, sir. Thank you. Good to do business with
Does
you,
he get a
sir.
receipt?
Don't forget the name, Wednesday. Anytime you want anything fixing, you won't need that fixing. I'm sure it's going to work well for you. But
I'm sure. I should
Are
hope
you
not.
only open on Wednesdays?
no, that's my name, sir.
Oh, okay. Just a joke.
No, it's not a joke, sir. My name is Wednesday.
Well, my name's Thursday.
My brother's Thursday.
Oh, is
The
he?
blacksmiths, yeah.
Do you have any
My mother and father didn't have much imagination.
Were you born on a Wednesday by any
I
chance?
was, sir, yeah.
And you was born on a Thursday, was
He
he?
was.
And any siblings?
My sister's Friday.
Oh.
Any cousins? Are they
Yeah.
May, April?
Yeah. No, that would be Kevin.
Love it.
So your auntie and uncle had imaginative.
I don't know, they had two boys, they're both called Kevin.
And do they have a daughter called Kevin?
No, that would be silly.
Wednesday?
Yeah. Right.
Right, let's go see Thursday then.
Let's go see Thursday.
Okay.
Do I need to update?
You just got a longbow. I mean, it's not going to do any more damage or anything.
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh my
It's
god.
the same.
Okay, I thought I put it down.
You literally
You
just
just bought a Honda.
you wasted 45 gold.
You didn't actually say you were looking for an extra strength Honda or anything, just
That's
a
very true.
number. I mean, the
He's
chances are
wasted
it's
his
less
money,
likely
mate.
to break than the other one.
I missed.
But whether the other one would break or not, I don't know. So, but you've learned something.
Yes, definitely.
I'm trying to come up with a lyric about this.
You've learned that Wednesday's not a day to do dealing in the market. However, you make your way across the market to the blacksmith, where you see guys quite similar looking to Wednesday, working away on the anvil, various swords and a few axes and bits and pieces lying around, some spears.
Hello, Thursday. We just seen your.
Do I know you?
Well, we know your brother Wednesday.
Oh, right. Okay.
He sent us here.
Did he?
I'm looking to buy.
Tell him I haven't got it.
Go what?
I don't know, but whatever he wants, I haven't got it.
Well, it's what I want.
Yeah, but I think you said Wednesday sent you.
Yeah, but because I want an axe, and he said he doesn't sell axes, but
No, that's not. He does bows and fletching. And, yeah, why would you want an axe from him?
well, because I thought I thought he sold axes, but he doesn't, so he sent me to you.
Okay. You new in town?
Fairly new,
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of axe are you looking for?
A hand axe, if possible.
Throwing axe? Hand axe? Double axe? Broad axe? Battle axe?
Hand axe, please.
Hand axe.
Yeah.
Pair?
Just one, but
You didn't say, oh,
pair
orange.
hand axes always go well, so.
I've already got a hand axe, that's my only one.
Oh, you sure you don't want to trade it in and see if you can get a nice pair of balanced?
Well, I do have a mace that you can have instead if you want.
Let's have a look at it. He takes it off you, he looks at it and goes, I mean, it's been around a bit, hasn't it? It's not that great. But
I usually use it for my toilet.
I'm not going to ask any questions. Sir.
But can I possibly give you a discount?
Yeah, I think you might need one. I can do you a balanced pair of hand axes for taking this into account, 15 gold.
15.
He turns around and he picks up a couple of
I bought from
hand
my
axes.
brother.
They look pretty nice. He said they're not new, they're refurbished. You know, I put the blades on them and sorted the handles out. My brother put a few leather twists on them as well. Yeah, 15 gold for the pair of them. I'll
Right.
take this thing
A
off
shit
you.
stick.
And what about my axe I currently got? Would you like that as well?
Oh, I don't mind. Yeah, thanks. That's such kind of you.
Well, if you reduce the price.
Oh, I thought we said 15 gold for the pair.
Be careful. Remember what just happened to me? Are these even any better, or are you just throwing money away?
Yeah, but I am not well off for 45 gold away.
Okay.
I'll do it for 12. You give me the axe as well.
How about I take one of them and you sharpen this axe?
Okay, so I can do one for 9, and to sharpen that one, put a new finish to it, that's going to be 5. So that's 14.
I'll just take the one.
Just take the one.
Yeah.
So you want this one or this one?
The better one.
Yeah, because this one's 10.
The 9, please.
Alright, okay. He sort of looks at the two of them and hands you the one that he was saying was 10. And then I get the mace and the other axe as well.
No, you just get the mace.
So we're back to 12.
Do you know what? Forget it. I'll have my mace back, thanks.
But take the mace back off him, you can see a big grin on his face, and he's sort of looking over your shoulder. You can see he's standing behind the three of you. You see his brother stood there. Several people just sort of gathering around, giggling, and
Let's not come back here again.
I don't like it here.
No, I don't either. But at least I didn't waste 45 gold.
Shut up. 45 gold.
so you're going to go away with the axe and the mace that you started with.
Yeah, because I don't think I've been sold a good deal.
Fair enough. So you turn around and walk away, and as you walk off, you hear hoots of laughter going on, and
Where did you try and get your money back?
I say we just thread them.
You're not with us.
No, I'm just I'm going back.
I'd say we just lose how cool now.
If you were with us, I'd say, can you turn into a bear for me?
Yeah, but you're
No,
just,
this is
you're just in the
about-
house sleeping.
Yeah, we have a bear, you know. We can always come back.
Yeah, I say we come back when we done this job.
With your pet bear.
Yeah, I suppose.
Although
Okay.
there is a lot of weaponry.
I'm going to turn around and say I will have my revenge.
the laughter stops, and there's sort of 10 or 12 people that are sort of gathered around, sort of look at you and just, yeah, when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Should we fucking have them?
Yeah. Well, let's start right, shall we? Come on.
Rewenge.
Forget about this daughter now, this is personal.
Yeah. How much time have we got left?
You've got about 15 minutes left before you've got to
Make it quick.
Do you reckon we can beat them up and get to the pub?
There is a crowd.
Yeah, well, we're just off.
Well, my grief is just with Wednesday, quite frankly.
Yeah, mine's with Thursday.
Meet back here in 10.
Because.
Yeah.
We should have just gone to the bar.
Okay. tell me what's going to occur.
Roll something.
Okay.
Surprise attack.
I'm going to take a swing at Thursday.
You're going to take a swing, so you're going to plod your way all the way back up to...
Wait, can I reach it? I'm a dwarf.
so Thursday
Yeah.
is still behind the sort of counter that he was working on. Wednesday is this side of it, chatting to other people. They've sort of turned their backs on you by now.
Right, let's go on Wednesday then.
Well, you have Thursday, I'll have Wednesday.
Okay.
Coordinated.
Yeah.
Well, if he's got his back turned, it would be easier for you to attack him.
Absolutely.
Sneak attack.
Yeah.
I don't have sneak attack.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have
That's right.
advantage.
You're going to sneak attack.
He is. Till Wednesday.
Okay.
And I'm just going to
Give me initiative roll, please.
This is good.
This is so silly. I got 12.
11.
Okay.
What did you get? 11.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so what are you going to do?
I'm gonna punch him.
You're going to punch Wednesday. So you're going to walk
In the back of the
back
head.
up to him. Are you going to just punch him from behind, or are you going to sort of tap him on the shoulder and then smack him? Or?
Think about your honour as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin him around, and then I'm gonna.
Okay, give me a to hit, please.
You red bastard. This is from Monday. It's like plus 4 to hit, so it's 11.
Unarmed.
Unarmed strike, yeah.
11 misses. You spin him round. As you do so, he ducks instantly, and he's going to swing back at you. He rolls a... Bear with me a second. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
They're
so
gonna kick
he's
our asses
going to punch you well and truly deep down in the gut, under your diaphragm. Just 5 points down.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
That hurt. By the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch Thursday.
So you're going to jump the table or
Yeah.
try and grab him over the
Doing
table?
athletics.
Okay, so over the table, give me an athletics check, please.
19.
19, okay. So to the shock of most people, this dwarf jumps up over the counter onto the top, and as you jump on the top, what are you going to do?
Just punch him.
Okay.
Can I do like 2 punches? Like one.
I like 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah, because it's like a melee attack, so you could do 2-5 attacks.
1, 2.
Yeah, you have 2 hands, yeah.
Come on then.
So 23 for the first one.
Ooh.
Oof.
And 23 again.
Okay, so they both hit twice, so with unarmed strike, what damage is it? 1d4?
It just says 4 bludgeoning. It doesn't say what dice.
Okay, so it would normally be 1d4, I think.
Okay. So is the 4 bludgeoning, is that plus 4 or is that?
No, it may be that it's not showing you it as a dice, so it's just set as a
Yeah,
thing. So it's 4. Yeah, you do 4 damage.
Oh, okay.
So each hit then is 8 damage. So you.
Right.
So he was clearly taken by surprise that you even got on top of the table and just whacked him twice in the face, and he's taken back. The crowd, meanwhile, the initial response to it, everyone's kind of like, ah. And he's now going to strike at you. He's going to pick up something from the side of him. He's got a 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to, this large lump of wood that he's got, it's kind of banded with metal around the top, and he's going to whack him with it. It does 4 points of damage. He smacks you on the side of the shoulder with it.
For context, that hurt less than me getting punched.
Because I'm harder.
He got you
got
proper blown. Back to the top. The crowd has stepped back a little bit, and you can hear a few sort of fight going on, and
Sure.
more and more people starting
You
to
should have
gather. Back to you.
I'm gonna.
Kill him.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna
That's fine.
stop it. I'm gonna use shove. I want to try and push him to the ground.
Okay.
What, you a girl?
It's a good job she's not there, isn't
Could
it?
be stop pulling hair now.
Would be giving
Say
you
you
some-
want.
Sit there. Are you a girl or what?
I'm just in the crowd. Let's see. Oh, this isn't looking good. I don't know what I'm actually rolling.
Right, so shove.
I'm just rolling mindlessly.
Yeah, so you use the attack action. You're basically trying to just push him prone rather than to anything else. So what did you
Yeah.
roll?
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you're going to make a strength check
Okay.
against his strength, or a dexterity check against.
I'm gonna use my dexterity because it's much better. So that would be
Okay.
a 13.
Okay, so
Which still isn't great.
So what was it, dexterity?
Yeah.
And he's also a 13. So you don't actually push him over. You start sort of grappling and wrestling. The pair of you are fighting there together. What's happening over on the table?
Are there any objects I can pick up to use?
Well, it's whatever you've got. The last thing you had was a mace in your hand and a hand axe.
Don't want to get done for like killing them.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind.
2 punches again.
Okay.
Sweet dick.
So that is 18.
Hits.
9.
Doesn't it? So that's another 4 points of damage on him. Okay, you can see he's a bit woozy, but he gets the stick and he's going to heave it back at you again, but misses as he sort of. You can see some confusion and shock. A pair of them kind of like, this is not supposed to happen. That's not what goes on down here. Give me both of you, give me a perception check, please.
I've got a not very good. I'm running
7.
10.
Okay, you're just in the fight. Next round.
Okay. I am
You can
going.
barely hear, you just hear the noise of people shouting and your temper's up, you're just in the midst of it.
I am.
This was exactly what I planned for the session.
Sorry.
Oh no. Sorry.
No, this is good, this is fine.
Sauce.
So you're having a rest, so
Yeah, I'm
that
just-
you're
Limbs like
ready
me. Yeah.
to go on the mission.
I'm just like scratching myself,
We're as bad as the
rolling
boys.
over like.
Can she run in at any time?
No, she
Actually,
was.
she's down in the bottom of town.
Yeah, but
Miles away.
because she knows where we are and we're taking so long.
We'll see.
It's time though, isn't it?
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to continue with my.
Trying to shove him over.
Try and shove him over.
Okay.
Let's try it again. Dexterity again. Oh no. 9.
21. So he manages, as you push him, he sort of twists to the side and he turns and he puts you down on your back. And you're prone and he's got his arm across you. As he does so, you're going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage just from going down, and he's sat across you with his arm across your throat now.
He's going,
Legs across you.
open your mouth. Say uncle.
Giving you the eye big style. What's happening with Malric?
I'm gonna throw an ace in the spade. And,
You're going to throw an ace in the space.
What are you doing?
Earth tremor.
Oh my god!
Okie dokie.
You could have done prestidigitation and
Prestidigitated.
Yeah, but that only distracts them. That does nothing.
I suppose.
Okay. Right. Earth tremor. Here we go. So this is. Where is it? Okay, so you're going to use one spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
You cause tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than you in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. So it's 10-foot area. So probably just you. Everyone else is backed up. So it's just you and him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's got to take a Dex 14 saving throw. He rolls a 12. So he fails. And he's going to take 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
4.
Okay.
Is that plus or is it?
Takes 4 damage. Okay. So the ground underneath him is loose earth or stone, and it becomes difficult. Okay, so he will have to now do a dex save to try and get himself up from it. But he's prone on the floor. You see everyone's like, oh, what's going on? So you're suddenly prone on the floor with this guy with his arm across you.
I was feeling all smart because I thought I had missed his
Your
step,
guy
but
is
I didn't.
on the floor and the ground underneath has sort of gone all over the place. All his stuff's crashed down around him. Let's have a bit of a luck roll. Roll a 6 dice for me.
Well, just you two.
Okay. So as you're fighting, some of the coals come out of the forge and begin to burn up the side of the canvas of his tent, but somebody sees this and quickly chucks some water over it and puts it out. Give me a perception roll, both of you, please.
7 again.
So,
Okay. So you're kind of oblivious to what's going on, but the next thing both of you are aware of is 2 pairs of hands just grabbing hold of you by your shoulders, one on each side, and you're just getting hauled up. and this voice shouting, "What's going on here? What is happening?" The crowd starts to disappear, people are vanishing, and you sort of come to, you see Wednesday is stood in front of you being held by two guys wearing a sort of, what looks like a sort of uniform, leather armour, breeches, they've got this badge, there's some sort of badge, there's two of them holding him and he's kind of like looking at you, and you've got two guys holding on you. Again, you've been lifted up, you're being held by these two guys. There's maybe 8-10 guards from the city just stood around holding you, watching what's going on, and this one guy in the middle of them looking at you. What the shit is happening?
These two bastards
What's
just
going
tried
on?
to swindle us.
Tried to swindle you.
Well, he swindled you.
Swindle me.
I'd be surprised if they didn't. Who are you?
My name is Lael. I'm fairly new in town.
Are you
Nice to meet you.
are you from the group? Are you this group that has supposedly been doing good stuff in town?
That'd be us.
Yeah. I was hoping I'd meet you on better terms. What's happened here?
Well, if you release us, then we'll tell you.
I'm talking to him, not you.
Well, I'm talking to you now.
Okay. He turns to one of the guards and he says, "Put him in the nick for the night."
Oh,
No.
him.
Can I use
A pair
my
of them.
Can I use my earth tremor?
No, you're being held. You're being restrained by these people.
There is a voice action.
Yeah. You need to make signs as well.
Oh, you need to do both, do you? I thought it was
DNS.
DNS, yeah.
I thought it was either or.
No. So you are now being dragged by these guards back down into the city, past the wall, through the streets. There are people, sort of, a few people following and watching. There's you two and the two brothers. And 15-20 minutes later, you find yourself in a cell together, next to a cell with these two guys. Doors are closed. Perhaps you do better just to stay here for the night. Oh, by the way, Bartman's the name.
Bartman.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Captain Bartman.
I'm assuming you wanted us to do a job before this happened, did you?
I have nothing for you to do other than just behave in my city.
The daughter.
You
So you got a mission.
have to let us go.
I don't have to do anything.
You don't understand. There's
Give me a persuasion check.
I'll leave you alone for 10 minutes.
you got 15.
Okay. Go on. Entertain me. Tell me why I don't understand.
We've we were just trying to stock our get some better equipment. You see, we've been hired by Lord Cedric Ravenshaw.
What's he got to do with it?
His
Don't start dragging him into this.
no, not at all. But you see, he hired us to rescue his daughter. She's
Rescue his daughter?
his daughter's been
Why hasn't
kidnapped.
he told me about this? If he needs daughter
Well, evidently
rescue.
he doesn't trust you, does he?
He seemed to think that time was of the essence and that we would be best equipped to help.
Well, I don't think.
Please try to ignore my friend here.
Now we're coming in hot today.
Is he your friend?
No.
I
Well,
mean,
you're
I
just
seem to
met.
be stuck with him for the time being.
I've dealt with difficult dwarves in this city for many years.
But I'm the best.
I think you'll benefit from some time in the cell.
Well, yeah, that's what they all say.
If Lord Ravenshaw needs some help, then I'm sure I can sort things out for him. I'll go and find out whether what you said is true, but the pair of you will be here tonight.
So his daughter can just die, can she?
You leave the daughter to me.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you can save him. Or her, rather.
This is going well.
Just turns round and walks off.
Well, I think we won the firefight anyway. Well, I did at least.
From the cell next door, you hear a voice saying, "Yeah, you might think so.
Yeah, I do
Next
think
time."
so.
Oh my god.
And I had my revenge, by the way.
If they hadn't just, if we hadn't been stopped just then, I'd have won that fight easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pair of them just come right up to the bars. When we get out of here, name the place, the time, the day, we'll sort this out properly. You look, you see, dead serious. Looks on their face.
The flipping Cray twins on your back now.
Don't take it on your own yet, Loss.
So, how much time has passed?
So back
It's gotta
home, the hour has been and gone, and maybe another hour or two, and no sign of them.
Burst this out.
And the next thing you know is
I'm scared.
No one's going to attack you.
I suppose I don't know this though, so I probably would just be like, oh, that must be my guys. So
Yeah,
Knocking their own front door.
Yeah, you're outside.
that's true.
Don't overthink it.
Just open the door.
Ugh.
okay,
Oh wait, can I? Who's there?
it's Lord Ravenshaw. I was wondering what was happening. You said you would be at the harbour an hour ago.
I've slept in, have I? What would I say?
Are you opening the door to him? Or?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm scared. Because I don't know if she would be very trusting. Yeah, sod it. I'll open the door in confusion.
Okay, and he stood there looking confused. What's happening? You promised me that you would be at the harbour an hour ago. Where are your friends? What's going on?
I've got no idea where my friends are. I imagine they've got into some kind of mischief.
I see the anguish on his face. But what's going on? You promised me that you would help my daughter. Her life is at great peril. And we had a deal that you were going to resolve this.
Bear.
For God's sake. I was going to be calm and reasonable. No.
No, you don't know anything yet. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Would you come with me to try and find them? Because I have no idea where they are.
Well, where did they go? Where do you think they went?
Well, they're probably stocking up their tools, so I suppose the market is the best place to go.
Maybe not tell her where we were going.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we could.
She's very careful.
I could accompany you to the market.
Yeah, I'm ever so sorry about this. Yes, let's head to the market at
He
once.
looks slightly embarrassed about the idea of having to walk out with a woman up the street.
Oh,
So you sort of make your way up towards the marketplace. Seems quite quiet up there. A few stores open, some of them seem to be closed. You sort of wander around. You see one of them, what looks like the blacksmith. There seems to have been some sort of something going on, with damaged equipment. And
what, different blacksmith? Or this is the shop you're on about? In disrepair.
A
A
blacksmith.
blacksmith. I will approach the blacksmith.
there's no one there.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be
That's what
closed
I
up. The counter seems to have been something happened, something to
Okay. Shall I do an
one of the
investigation or
local
is there any
store owners
points?
shouts, "You won't get anything from there today, love."
Can you tell me what's happened?
Bit of a barney, a bit of a buster.
I don't even need to ask. I can smell the dwarf. I've been here.
The dwarf, yeah, that'll be them. That dwarf and that lanky elf.
Yes, okay. I wonder if I should try and...
If you want them, you'll probably find them down in the cells, in the guardhouse,
What are the cells? What does this mean?
in prison,
Prison?
in Clink. Bartman came and got them with the guard.
Can you take me to this clink?
I'm
What is
working.
the clink?
Find it yourself. The guardhouse. Down in the middle of town.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Lord Ravenshaw sort of says, it's no bother, I know exactly where they are. I do know Captain Bachman well. Should I just go and look for help from somebody else? This is ridiculous.
No, I'd like to go
Friends
to
seem
clink.
to have got in dreadful trouble when they're supposed to be having my daughter.
Let's go to clink and find them
Okay.
and ask what on earth they've been up to
So you make your way
and why they're in clink.
down to town and you sort of wind your way through a few streets, fairly central town, quite a big timber frame building, and you make your way through the door into a sort of large open area. There's a few guys sat around in uniform, leather jerkins, leather jackets, sort of breeches, boots. You can see these badges. They're all sort of lounging there on the chairs. All right, love, what do you want?
Is this the clink?
Sorry, it's all right. I was talking to him. Ravenshaw sort of goes. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's Captain Bachman, right? Just can you tell him it's Lord Ravenshaw? When he says who it is, if you're sort of like, oh yeah, yes sir. Just 1 minute, sir. Sorry, sir. There's a few slightly embarrassed-looking guards, and one of them disappears through the door. 2 moments later, he comes back in, followed by a very tall, quite powerful-looking human, a man, mid-40s maybe, 50s perhaps. Got the same badge on his thing. Yes. Lord Ravenshaw, what brings you to the watch? He sort of looks at you and says, I'm with her. I mean, I'm not with her. She's helping me. I know. Yes. Do you want to explain? I believe there was a problem in the marketplace with some friends of this woman. Bear? No, not a bear. Yes. I'll be quiet now. Yes.
I believe my friends have gotten into some trouble, and this is the clink, and I just need to get them out. We have a mission to get to, and I'm really embarrassed. I can actually smell them. I know they're here, and if I could just have my friends back, it would be really good, and we could be on our way. Thank you very much.
He kind of looks at you and looks at Ravenshaw and he sort of says, I have mentioned you, Lord, my lord. I'm not sure you understand how law and order works here.
Law and order.
It's not just a case of you come in and say, can I have my friends back? They have caused a breach of the peace. They've been in a fight, and justice needs to be meted out.
Has anyone died?
Not yet.
Well, bygones be bygones.
So you're not long in town, are you?
No, sir.
See, that's better. It's better, a bit of respect. Tell me about your friends. What are they doing here? What's going on? What's this story about Lord Ravenshaw and a mission?
Well, from what people have been saying about us, we're pretty heroic, and
I've heard about you. Heroism isn't one of the things that spring to mind. Foolhardy,
interesting.
boisterous, difficult.
My friends, they are colourful characters, but I can assure you they are kind at heart. Unfortunately, a little bit hot-headed and impulsive. I have coin. Can I bail them out? I wouldn't say that.
Pay for their release.
Can I? Yeah.
By all means. You wouldn't be trying to bribe me, would you? Yes?
What's bribing?
Okay, I want you to give me a persuasion charisma check You
Okay.
can roll with advantage because as you're kind of, as this conversation's going on, Lord Ravenshaw tried to explain to Captain Bartman that, about what's going on with his daughter and why he thought he should get somebody to help, that he got you guys contracted to do that, so you can roll with advantage. That means you can roll twice.
So charisma.
Yeah, so persuasion check.
It wasn't 17 and it went to 7.
So roll again.
But better.
13.
Plus.
Is it charisma I'm doing? Or
Persuasion.
which is...
It'll be,
Sorry, yeah. Okay, so it's 14.
Okay. So he listens to the tales and he says, he says, just bear with me a minute. He calls Lord Ravenshaw over and they go into the corner and there's a bit of a chat going on. And comes back over and says, well, and I've spoken to Lord Ravenshaw and he is guaranteed that he and you will return your 2 colleagues here tomorrow, or when you've completed this mission, whichever is the soonest, in order that we can ensure that justice is carried out properly. Lord Ravenshaw has put up 150 gold surety against them running away or causing any more trouble.
So we'd have to pay 150 if I didn't bring them back.
Well, we would keep the money that Lord Ravenshaw has just given me. He said he had some money on his person that he had for a purpose.
Well,
Do you want to come through with me and have a talk to your friends?
yes, if that's okay. I'd like to talk to my friends. my
My friends.
friends.
So you make your way in a sort of corridor at the back of this main room, following this guy that has identified himself as Captain Bartman, and he opens a wooden door, a heavy bolted keyed wooden door, and opens it into a larger room that's broken up into these cell-like areas, metal cells. There's maybe 6 or 8 of these cells. The only 2 that are occupied, you can see 2 guys that are quite similar to each other. Both of them have just laid down on simple straw beds. And then next to them, you can see these 2. What's happening in that cell at the moment as she walks in?
A lot of argument, probably.
You 2 bickering.
I'm still insisting that I would have won the fight.
The guys next door to you are just lay out on the backs, ignoring whatever you're saying.
I still would have won that. I insist. I definitely would have beat them. You should have seen. I was about to do something,
No,
and you'd have been amazed.
Oi.
no, he was laying on the floor
Oi.
with his, buddy over there on top of him.
Loz, what are you doing here?
What happened?
Oh, we thought we might just stay here tonight, Just.
It's all part of the plan.
What plan?
Well, I don't really know.
You're speechless. It looks like you've caused a lot of trouble, and I'm embarrassed.
Sorry, Mum.
And I don't embarrass, but I'm flipping embarrassed. You know what?
So, you couldn't like wild shape and bust us out here, could you?
You want me to wild shape? I've just. Oh my god.
Well,
So
if
you
I
have to
kill the
grant
captain,
and say, I'm just going to leave you to talk for a minute, but just so you know, there are guards all around the building. Any wild shaping or busting out.
No wild shapes here. There's no wild shapes here.
Yeah, what's a wild shape?
Yeah, wild shape. Wild cards. Couple of these right here. Right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
He just sort of disappears at the cell chamber and closes the door. Just the 3 of you and these 2 blokes. You're sort of. Alright?
Good day
Just
to you.
looking at each other. And
So, to explain, those 2 idiots tried to swindle us.
In fact,
Well,
they,
he did swindle him. I did succeed in.
So he stole 45 gold from me for this piece of shit bow.
45
I
gold.
sold him a bow, he paid me the money. He's a fool.
I was led to believe that it was a nicer bow than the one
It is a nicer bow, I made it, it's beautiful. I
Ah,
didn't say it was any better than yours, but it looks prettier.
I was misled.
You were stupid.
He was very stupid.
When he
I
picked
will.
up his bow, did you forget to string it first?
So you've known him a long time.
Long enough. So, guys, I don't want to get us into any more trouble. I don't want to. I don't think I want a wild shape here because I don't think we're going to win, and I'm already embarrassed as it is. But I can get you out of here.
How are you going to do that?
I've spoken to them, and they're willing to let you out because we got shit to do. We've got a
But then
a mission.
if we go out now, are we released permanently?
Sure, yeah.
Mm.
What do you say?
I don't think I believe that.
I wasn't sold on that, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
What's the catch,
Give me,
Loz?
Perception check, see whether you believe what she's saying.
I don't.
Both of you.
Oof, not a chance.
Natural 20.
I've got 19 plus
Okay.
5, yeah.
Neither of them, you know she's not telling you the whole story.
So what was the deal then?
I'm not convinced.
Okay. Look, they want me to bring you back here to serve so that justice is played out because you guys have like upset the peace. Did you upset the peace? Because
I didn't upset
The
anything.
peace upset us.
Oh my God.
That's what's happened.
I miss the other guys. I miss the wizard.
He's probably lost
Who would
now.
have thought she'd ever say that?
yeah. I literally am missing the wizard. You don't have to come back, guys.
I mean, I want to come back just so I can kill that captain.
God.
He has got an attitude problem.
yeah.
And you've got a swindling problem.
I
I
have.
can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm so dense. So if I
The
bring
two
them
guys
back,
in the sounding studio are both sort of sat up now, listening. Killing the captain, eh? Okay. Interesting.
And we'll kill you next.
oh my God.
This guy.
When we started this campaign, I had this sense that Lloyd was going to be a quiet sort of character and played and, you know, not really get involved too much.
So did I.
And here we are.
Wreaking
I thought
havoc.
Lloyd was just going to be like, yeah, the helpful.
Well, William got here, so I've got.
Absolute
Okay.
agent of chaos.
So, what are you going to do, Loz? What's your plan here?
What you? Oh,
What is your amazing plan?
I don't want to bust you out. I think
So you're going to do this
we
mission?
can always bring
alone,
you back, and you just have to serve a night. We have to serve a night in Clink.
One night.
What on earth is Clink?
Yeah. What's a clink?
I don't know. I've been. Oh my God.
Have you
I've been
been
learning.
Have you been listening to the captain at all?
One of the guys in the other room goes, clink, pokey, jail.
Yeah.
It's what it is, isn't it? It's where we are.
Doesn't look very nice.
Come on.
Smells.
You country folk know nothing, do you?
Right. What's going on here?
Well, do you guys agree to come back and be civil?
I agreed to be released, but
I agreed to come back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Problems will be soon.
Oh me.
Look, we've got a job to do. We've got what's his name outside, Ravenshaw,
What?
and a daughter to save. And
That's true,
Honour
that's
to
true.
uphold. In this, because these guys are already flipping listening in.
Honour to uphold. I don't think there's any honour left.
You're right. Fine, I'll come back.
Okay, so do you have to call the guards? What do we have to do?
You're the one who knew.
I don't know how this
Command
whole place
words.
works. I don't know how this place works. Do I need to go and talk to Ravenshaw or who? I don't know.
The captain.
The captain. I don't know what's his name.
Barkman.
Yeah?
Barkman.
Captain Barkman.
Yeah.
I must have blacked out at some point because I don't remember that name.
I'm sure he owes us money from like when we first came into town. But hey ho,
But you can ask him.
he doesn't remember us.
Right.
Okay, so can I call the captain and see if my friends would be civil?
Go on.
Okay, so do I have your word that you will return tomorrow?
You have our word. I can leave you something of mine to prove that I'm going to come back.
Maybe
If
you
I have
didn't
your
pay.
word, that's fine.
Sorry?
If I have your word, that's fine.
Okay, you have my word that my friends will be civil and we will complete our mission. I'll bring their asses back here to complete their sentence.
He looks at you two in the thing and he just says, I had better hopes of you when we first met.
Ask him.
What's happened?
Well, you happened.
Leo, you speak.
You, sir,
I'm Oric.
seem to have maybe had too much to drink since you've been in the city. Your tongue is loosened somewhat since we first met.
What's that mule?
You were quiet. I thought that was a good thing and maybe you should try it again.
No. No.
Silence.
Turns round and he walks out of the cell area, back into the room where you initially came into the guardhouse. It's just you three, the two blokes on their beds, sitting up, looking there, watching. One of them says, I told you, it's that lot that came in and been doing all the stuff. Didn't notice him.
What are you two chatting about, huh?
None of your business.
Doesn't sound like you were talking about us there.
Yeah, not to you.
Hmm.
Am I going to have to bust you out? Or are you out now?
No, you're still in your cell.
Maybe you should. go
And
get something.
Does he have
a
nothing?
few moments later, Captain Bartman comes in and says, so I think it's probably best if you stay here this evening. And I have made arrangements for several of the guard to accompany Lord Ravenshaw on this mission that he has requested help for.
So just a night here.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
You just
when
said the night.
yes, and tomorrow you go before the judge and we see what the judge says.
What's a judge?
A man of the law, someone of the council who will listen to the arguments from the prosecution and those in your defence, and he will decide what the sentence and punishment is.
To bear whatever you want.
Look, we can't turn him because I'm surrounded by guards.
He's just sat there going, anytime,
Okay.
there.
No,
Oh, this is going so.
I'm just like this. They look at me and all they see is a goddamn bear.
Maybe we got to do the chat and then she
Can
can
I-
for a bit.
Cast Entangle
On who?
on the guards.
There's too many.
There's only
But it's in
Captain
a-
Bartman in there at the moment.
Oh, there we go.
Are you for real?
But
We're
then,
cool.
but
There's
then
no
again,
house here. Like,
Yeah, but we could
it's
just
one
move.
night.
We can just leave the town.
Oh, on the house.
It's a rundown house. Like, what are we gonna do?
The city repaired it for you
Well, so it,
in gratitude for all the good stuff that you've done for them.
well,
And
I'm
You
not feeling
now-
killing the captain of the guard, I'll be honest.
we're not gonna kill him, but you know, we're gonna do a bit of intimidation.
Maybe, does anybody have
Oh,
any, like...
unseen servant?
You can.
Keys.
Yes. Oh no! I guess we'll have to spend the night.
Yes.
Woof. Well, I'm bushed. I'm gonna get an early night, I think. I'll see you in the morning, Loz.
He looks at the Captain Bartman, just says, "You want to come with me?"
Yes,
And
more than anything,
Right,
I get away from
with
these
you.
two.
out of the chamber, back out into the main room. You hear the key in the door lock.
Do you know where the key is to get
Well, I was going to get for the captain.
So you are in the main chamber. Lord Ravenshaw is stood there. He looks at you and says, "I'm so dreadfully disappointed.
So
I had hoped for so much, and now all my hope is dashed. I believe the life of my daughter perhaps has been thrown away by your friends. I now have to rely on these good fellows," and he points at this ramshackle bunch of sort of guards. No. That are going to go and try and help him on this challenge, this mission.
See, they're not very smart, so you could turn into a bear now and, you know.
Always with the bear.
Well, that's all she can do.
She can't hear you anyway.
yeah, I don't know what to do. What would
And
Loz
Captain
do?
Bartman looks at you and says, "I suggest you go back to your lodgings and return tomorrow. We'll see what the council has to say."
And in the background you hear,
The doors rattling with chains. In rhythm.
Okay, so I can hear this going on.
And
in the background.
Bartman just says to one of the guides, "Call in some more of the guards. We're going to double the guard tonight."
Okay, I'm just gonna flip it.
ooh, double the guard, that means double the keys.
Yeah.
Audible clap in bed.
You're gonna pick that up on the audio. Dum, dum. Okay.
Captain Bartman just looks at you. He says, "Is there anything else I can do for you?"
Loz starts visibly sweating. You can hear her friends like.
She
going,
starts getting a bit more hairy.
Yeah.
He says, "I do understand the nature of wild shaping. I would suggest that it would be a foolish plan."
Oh yeah. Can I cast Entangle then, and I can?
No,
Why not?
there's loads of guards there.
Yeah, but how close? We're probably all in one similar area, aren't we?
The
I don't
room-
know. I haven't
the
got the
room is-
visuals.
The room is maybe this sort of size, so you're sort of
It's 20 feet.
20 foot by 30 foot.
Is there anything
Okay.
within a 20-foot range? That's from the ground.
Captain Bartman is within 10 foot of you as currently
Yeah, but that's just only if it works.
Lord Ravenshaw. There are now maybe 8 or 10 guards scattered around the room, some sat down. So you want to do
And I
intense.
should go, bear, bear.
Oh, that'd be funny. You guys have just thrown caution to the wind. Why can't I?
Okay, fine. I just feel like we're gonna get kicked out of the
Okay.
city.
Well, we're not, we're stuck in a cell.
I was trying to get you to be peaceful.
Are you
Dunno.
going to cast Entangle?
Because then I could wild shape and I could bust
How-
you out of the jail.
How
and get the
attached are
keys,
you
I
to
suppose I
Loz as a character?
could. What do you mean?
I'm just worried about you taking on, what is this, 9, 10 guards?
Oh, well, then the worst case scenario, I'll just end up in the group with you.
That's the worst case scenario.
If you turn into a bear, chances are that they will do what it takes to subdue you, which will probably be kill you.
Oh, no.
That would be the reality.
So you don't think I should go into a bear? But then, I don't know, I could just let you guys spend the night in prison.
What would be
Yeah.
helpful is if you could lead them back into our room so that we can get the keys back.
What with your flipping ghost
You
guy?
need to make a decision without listening to either of these
No,
things
sorry.
because they are unable
We shouldn't be.
to influence you. I shouldn't have said what I just said, but if you, as me to you, not to Lodger, if you entangled with the captain of the guards and then turned yourself into a bear, chances are there's 10 guards there. A bear might take a few of them down, but if they have to fight the bear, they're going to fight for their lives, which would mean they would kill the bear. If they kill the bear, then Loza dies.
So I'm just gonna let you guys hang out in prison. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Okay. So you leave the prison and you make your way through the town back to the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And meanwhile,
In the cell room.
I'm literally sweating. I hate
Sorry.
I hate making
Maybe-
decisions.
Maybe we could do some investigation, see if there's anything about
Yeah.
the cell.
Are there any guards currently?
No, so the cell room is again similar size, but you've got down both sides of the corridor these 4 cells next to each other, iron bars. So there's stone walls, sort of about 9-10 foot high on the outside, and then the metal bars around you.
We also, if we bust out of the cell, even we don't have our gear. Presumably that's been confiscated. Not just
No,
in here
none
with
of
bows
it,
and
yeah.
swords and
No.
stuff.
And none of your equipment.
is that like just in another room, is it?
Not with you.
The dungeon master hasn't thought that far ahead.
I think maybe we should just spend the night at this point.
But then where will Ravenshaw go?
Well, maybe we can still help in the morning.
Okay. Well, I'm not deciding.
Yeah,
Why.
Sure. But I still want to fight.
What's your alignment, by the way?
Yeah, what is your alignment?
What do you mean by alignment?
It's I can't remember. It's like on the 3rd page, like chaotic good, neutral good,
Oh,
neutral chaotic, neutral.
chaotic neutral.
Chaotic neutral. Okay, so
chaotic
That's the same as
neutral
me,
is fine.
I believe.
So chaotic
Yeah.
neutral means that you're unpredictable. You're not particularly given to necessarily following the rules. You're not a out and out bad person. You generally are going to go about things the way you see works for you. It's
Same as
about
me.
your benefit. So
Well,
you're not very
That's good.
altruistic necessarily. You're not about, I must save the poor child. That's not. If it's worth money, then I might do it, sort of thing. And you'll go about things whatever way you want to, really.
Okay. We saw a really good meme the other day, just quickly, about like how you know how different people like preserve bread once it's like a bag of bread is opened, and like how different people would do things, and like chaotic neutral is when you twist it and fold it or something like that, whereas like lawful good is when you put a clip on it. It's like all these different variations, and then like I think evil or whatever it was, like
It's
chaotic
chaotic
evil, it's like
evil,
just,
it's wide
just
open.
left open,
Throw over the
just
side.
like yeah, like didn't give a shit. I thought, oh my gosh, that's so funny, and mine was exactly what I do with bread. I was like, no way,
So you spin it round
and I
then
twist
tuck
and I put it underneath. Yeah, I took
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
perfect. I
That's all you need.
I think that's
But my mum uses a
lawful
clip. She will
genius.
not. My mum will use a clip for everything.
She loves a clip.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
So
No,
you,
that's fine.
that was well worth mentioning.
So
I think we'll spend the night.
you spend the night back at the main house.
yeah.
A little anxious about what's going on back in the cells in the clink. Equally anxious about the fact that your other friends have not returned. There seemed to be something else going on with them at the moment. You two have a quiet
Everything's falling
night.
apart.
Quietish night in the cells. At various times during the late hours of the evening, the main door to the cell room's open and the guards bustle in, a few sort of drunks that get chucked into cells, and there's a little bit of singing going on and throwing up and a few other shouts and just general sort of night in the local clink, and eventually you drop off to sleep of sorts. Not the most comfortable night, but you slept in most places. The morning comes, about 6-7 o'clock. You get a sense that life is coming back to the prison. The guards come in, take a few people out, there's a few laughter, conversations going on as people that have now sobered up are let out, and sort of, you know, the odd joke about "see you next Friday," and off they go. You know. The cell next to you, the door is opened, the two brothers are ushered out. They sort of look in your direction and say, "Time and place." And they carry on walking out.
See ya.
No.
Not later.
And the cell room now is just the two of you in your cell. What's happening in the house?
I'm singing a song, probably.
Yes.
In the house?
Mm.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was away with the phones. So I've woken up. Well, I've come out of my meditative state, and
I think more likely she's recovered from the 2 bottles of Emerald that she drank last night, trying to get over
trying to
what's
take
just-
the edge off the stressful evening I had, thanks to my comrades. So, I mean, I would like to try and get on with this mission, so I would like to potentially see Ravenshaw and convince him to give us another chance. You know, they've done their sentence, and so is there any way I can find Ravenshaw, go out into town, and
You can have a wander around town for a while. Where are you heading?
same place we saw him yesterday? Was it him that was having breakfast?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Not him.
that was.
Oh, he's
That was
on
a Baron.
That was the Baron, yeah.
Sorry, I'm really bad at keeping track.
I
So
say
he
you
came
go back
to us.
the. Well, actually, no, I can't say.
I don't want to go back to jail because I think everyone's going to be like, oh, there's that wild shaping woman.
Bitch.
Yeah. But I suppose I could go to pick you guys up. So maybe, yeah. Yeah, I'll go to the prison.
Okay.
And what are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's not a lot I can do. It's actually quite boring being in jail, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm just singing a song.
Maybe it's something you should have thought about before you kicked off in the marketplace and decided
To be
s-
fair, that was your fault.
Was it my fault?
Yeah.
In what way?
You
I
spoke
thought-
first.
I didn't think there was going to be a fight. I thought you would just sort of maybe lightly intimidate.
I was gonna take it on the chin, but then he encouraged me to start a fight.
I didn't say anything. You swung first.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so I'm at the prison.
So by the time you get to the prison, it's sort of maybe 8-9 o'clock in the morning, and there's a few of the guards wandering in and out, and a few of them notice you and look at you, and one of them says, "Captain Barman's around. He's not a happy man."
Well, I hope we can make things right. Do you think there's any possibility I can have my mates back?
They've got to go up before the court.
There was no mention of the court. Or was there? There was
Pretty
the judge.
sure there was.
Shit. Laws has ADHD.
Go on, Cyrus.
Whilst you're just sort of chatting to this guard, a door to this main room opens and Captain Bartman stands in the doorway. "Young lady, you come to accompany your friends to the courthouse?"
It would appear so. Still can't convince you to what was that word you used? Bribe. I can bribe. I can do a bribe.
If you want to join them in the dock and see what the judge has got to say about that, then you could try to bribe me. I'll just warn you that it's not going to work. But bribery is an offence, and I would have to arrest you.
Okay. Well, we don't want that. Yes, let's go to the courthouse, or whatever it was.
Okay, well maybe you just take a seat and you'll know when we're ready.
Just kind of awkwardly sits down.
So
On the
there's
Not used to
chairs.
sitting in
benches on there.
Yeah.
She sits on the floor.
And another hour or so goes by. There's just general business going on, guards coming in and out, conversations. What's happening in the back room?
This is your bloody fault.
You guys are playing pat cake.
Well, I'm not the one who lost 45 goals.
Well, that's true, but how was I to know?
And who was the one who swung first?
And why were
Well,
the
who
two
was the one who
brothers-
told me I should
Why
swing
were
in the
they allowed
first
to leave when
place?
you guys are still here? I suppose because you were the offenders, but
Yeah, where have those guys gone anyway?
Yeah, hopefully.
back to business.
I should hope so. Although it doesn't bode well for us.
That's right, we'll be in there later. You said time and a place.
And by about 11:30, you see Captain Dartman come out of his office. He calls to several of the guards, and 8 of them come together. You see that they're noticeably much smarter, looking better dressed than some of the others that are wandering around, and like they've sort of polished the badge up a bit, and they got the best armour on. And he says, "Right, go and get them. Put the chains on. Let's put them in the wagon and take them up to the courthouse." So you see the door open, and 8 armed guards come in, accompanied by the captain. And he says, "We can do this quietly, or we can do this noisily. What's it going to be?" You're still in the back room, you're just hearing this.
I'm just like,
You will be chained to go to the courtroom.
Is that really necessary?
Those are the rules. We can do it quietly, or we can do it noisily. If you resist arrest, that's another offence, which will be added to the charge sheet.
Well, we would hate to offend anyone, would we?
Yeah, but
I think you've already done that sufficiently.
We would hate to offend anyone anymore.
Perfect, sir. So you poke hands
Yeah.
through, not either side of the bar, but through one of the bars, and they put some chains on your hands, and he beckons you.
God
Quietly.
damn it!
Fine.
So you poke your hands through the bars, some chains are put on your hands, some manacles, and then they open up the gates, and you're chained together, and you are held now. There are like 4 chains on these linked manacles.
You must really think that's dangerous.
You see the guards come out. The guards are armed with swords, and they've also got like a halberd, which is a bladed spear. So it's like a spear with almost like an axe blade on it as well. And they're pulling behind them these 2 who are manacled with chains.
maniacal.
Hey Leo, they've got pokey sticks.
Manacles
Pokey
are
sticks.
metal
They've got pokey sticks.
braces. And they come out into the room where you see Loz stood there and a few other guards hanging around.
Hi, Loz.
Compartment says, "Put them in the wagon, let's go up to the courthouse." And you get pulled, gently encouraged to follow the chain and taken outside where there's a wagon which you are assisted in getting into. And then the wagon starts to make its way up the street towards the top end of town where the city guild headquarters is, the main sort of town hall.
So
A few
we're all on this
folk are
wagon.
sort of looking and watching, and a few kids running alongside the side of the car, giggling. And you can follow on foot. It moves at walking speed. You two are sat in the wagon as it goes up the cobbles.
I'm just
Not in beast shape, just like
Yeah.
just
Disguised as a horse.
Loping along.
yeah.
And it takes only about 10-15 minutes to get to the top end of town, and the cart pulls in front of a big stone building. It's a very imposing building, the main guild house. And there are more people milling around outside, just getting on with stuff. The guards encourage you to come off the wagon. Come on down.
Okay.
Wait, do a check.
Dexterity.
See how gracefully you get out.
Fall out of the wagon. And you are led up through the main doors, two big wooden doors that are slightly open, and there's a few more guards. These look more ceremonial, so similar uniforms but very plush sort of helmets and things, and you led through these front doors and into a very large chamber, and there are more people milling around, and you see sat in one corner talking to some guy in a very smart robe. The two brothers sat there, and they're looking quite smart, as smart as common clothes will make them look, and their hair's brushed and they look like they've probably had a wash as well. You're sat down on one side, and Captain Barton says, "Okay, we'll be called through soon, and you will stand before the guild, and they will hear the case against you, and a decision will be made." The bench today consists of the guild master, Swillow Harbuck. He will be the central judge today, and Garnag Ironfist is also sitting on the deck, on the bench, as is Lord Ravenshaw. Those are the three men that will decide your fate today.
Yeah, I'll just make notes of that. Just,
yeah.
pause.
Just trying to remember names.
And you sit. Business is going on around you, stuff happening. A little while after having had this conversation with Captain Bartman, a tall man by the name of Harold Tutrees comes in front of you. He says, he wears these funny things on his face, sort of like glass bottles on his face.
His face windows.
Jars.
It's, my greetings. My job today is to represent you. I understand there's been a little bit of trouble in town. Tutrees is the name.
I remember.
And the clerk. Yes, I think we perhaps met in the tavern. Things have gone rather pear-shaped, haven't they?
A little bit.
I hear there was some sort of encounter in the marketplace with the Weekly brothers.
You could say that.
Yeah, they tried to rob us.
I think it's called commerce. It's called buying and selling, bartering.
Well, aren't you meant to be helping us here?
Yes, I am, sir. Basically, we're going to plead guilty, I think, to causing a disturbance of the peace. That would be the most sensible thing. And probably one would expect maybe a fine, perhaps bound over for a day or two, or something like that. Nothing more serious than that.
So what about the brothers then? What do they get?
They're prosecuting, sir. They're bringing a charge against you for causing damage to their property and for assaulting them.
Well,
I just
They
look
have
at you two.
many witnesses who have supported their claim that you literally attacked them without provocation.
I don't think it was without provocation. They swindled me.
That may well be the case, sir, but there was no obvious provocation. But as far as the witnesses were concerned, they just saw you have a business conversation, walk away, and then turn around and try to punish somebody.
Yeah, he
It's not
failed.
really business. So yes, we'll be going through into the court shortly, and you may want to come in, madam. You may be called as a character witness for your friends.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes, good.
Two truths. How much would the fine be? Do you think?
Well, that depends. I mean, potentially 100 gold pieces.
I think we're going to.
Your
Felt
gold
this one out.
pieces.
Well, I don't have. They have my gold already.
Well, we'll do the mission.
I think that's long gone.
Ravenshaw will help us here. I have faith.
I mean, Harold, can we call you as a character witness?
I really couldn't comment on your character, sir. I'd have to say that
Well, we go
met
way
you-
back. What are you talking
I
about?
met you briefly, and I did imagine you to be quite trustworthy people, but it seems that something has gone wrong. I believe, sir, if I'm not too candid, that your colleague has been a little bit offensive and difficult when he was in the prison.
Well, he has quite an abrasive personality, I love it, but he means well.
I have persuaded Captain Bartman not to bring charges of his own against him.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Let's get this over with.
I'd hate for that to happen.
Perhaps, sir, it would be best if you let me do as much of the speaking as possible, or maybe your friends this morning. Might be wise, really.
I'm going to entangle you.
Does anyone have a
I
spell
cover your
that
mouth.
silences?
Yes.
Have you got a spell that allows you to control them or anything like that? So,
This whinnying sound.
It's the mule.
another 15-20 minutes goes by and people are in and out of the doors into the main courtroom, and then eventually two chiefs come to us. We must go now, we must go. And you stood up by the guards and moved towards the doors, which are opened into a large chamber, circular chamber. This chamber has pillars in the middle and a large grate in the middle with this very ornate sort of metalwork, and then seated around this thing you can see there are 8 seats. Only 3 of them are occupied at the moment. 9 seats, sorry, 3 of them are occupied. And there's sort of 3 middle seats. In the middle sits a dwarf, very heavy built, elderly dwarf. Huge beard. If beards are used to measure age, this dwarf is several hundred years old. He looks very stern. He wears a very large chain with the emblem of the city on it. To his right is another dwarf, maybe a little younger than the one sat next to him, and then on his left you see Lord Ravenshaw. Again, they're both wearing these chains with the emblems of the city. Stood in the middle of the room, just by this grate on the floor, you see Captain Bartman, and just on the other side you see the 2 brothers. And you're brought forward, so you're standing just in front of the grate. And Captain Bartman says, "My lords, I bring before you today charges of causing unrest, property damage and assault against these 2 men. Please give your names to the court."
Lyle Silverhand.
Malric Silvertongue.
You see a scribe sat at the desk, writing this down. If it please the court, I would give a statement of what happened when I arrived in the market square. And the guy in the centre of the dwarf just sort of doesn't speak, just like waves Bartman on, and he goes on to explain how he was called, the guard were called up to the marketplace where they found you 2, the accused, assaulting 2 of the traders from the market. And there was a crowd of people gathered, and the guard intervened, put a stop to the fight. There was some report from the crowd that you tried to burn down the blacksmith, but it was put out by the crowd. He explains how witnesses say that you ran and attacked one of the brothers from behind, that you clambered over a table and assaulted one of them, and that these two men just defended themselves against this unprovoked attack. It takes, I don't know, 5 minutes for him to explain all of this. He then explains how you were arrested, basically because of the response and the aggro that you gave them when you were arrested. You were taken to the prison where you continued to be verbally aggressive, particularly this one, my lords. And so it was decided it would be best for you to be kept in overnight. He goes on to explain a little bit about the intervention that Lord Ravenshaw made, and as he's talking about this, he sort of stops what he's saying and he says, "I'm very sorry, my lord, for the failure last night with the mission. We will talk more about it later." And he goes back to discussing this. And then he stops talking, and the dwarf in the middle says, "Come forwards, both of you." We are a civilized city. We are a city of justice and goodness. This has not always been the case. My predecessor was not a good man. But we are determined to make this city great again. I'd like you to explain your behaviour.
Well,
What it is.
I would counsel you, sir, I do not take kindly to conversations that begin well. Tell me the truth. Tell me as it is.
of
If I
course.
hear the truth, I will be fair.
So my companion here, my lord, and I were hired, as you've already been enlightened, were hired by Lord Ravenshaw to I've lost my train of thought.
Carry on. Come on, speak up. I know about
So
Lord
go on,
Ravenshaw's situation.
Of course. And we decided we had an hour to kill and that we would go and try and prepare by buying some new equipment.
An hour to kill these innocent men.
We had no intention of killing them, so only to do business. And
The two men are looking.
we arrived and we spoke with Wednesday, who advised my companion here to go and speak with his brother. While I was talking to him, we discussed bows. He swindled me into believing that my bow could be replaced with his. Quite frankly, I feel like it was an unfair deal that I only realised after the fact.
Please define what you mean by swindle.
Well, I was led to believe that that bow was worth a far higher value than maybe it was, and also
How
I
much
traded
did he charge you for the bow?
45 gold,
Which seems like a fair price for a bow.
as well as trading in my old bow.
Did you agree to the trade?
I was led to believe that it was a finer
Led to believe by who?
by Wednesday himself. Mr.
Okay.
Weekly.
And Mr. Wednesday Weekly's trade is to sell and buy bows and weaponry,
One would
and to
presume,
make business of this,
as far as I understand it, yeah.
and bartering and dealing is part of his business. Is that not right?
Perhaps.
Did you not know the value of the bow that you were trading in?
I did not.
Whose fault do you think that is?
I suppose that would.
Did Mr. Weekly make you any promise or statement as to this bow, the new bow, being of superior power, or that it would cause more damage? Or did he just tell you it was a good bow?
He led me to believe that it was a finer bow.
What does finer mean? Does it mean it will inflict more damage when used?
He implied that it was better than my current bow.
Yes, I've seen both of the bows, and I would agree with him in that.
I'll try not to take too much offence to that.
Yours is somewhat old and worn and used, and he was offering you a newly made bow.
Doesn't look at me.
And what about you? I
Well,
believe, sir, that you have a tongue on you that is somewhat wayward.
Well, that is why they call me Silver Tongue, sir.
In this court, I advise you to be truth tongue. Tell me what happened.
Well, I approached Thursday to maybe arrange a deal about an axe of his, or a pair of axes, and I didn't find his offer to be satisfactory. And then he became a bit laughing, he was laughing at me.
derogatory.
Oh, I
if
see, sir. Oh, I see. So where you come from, is it normal to attack people that laugh at you?
Well, as a dwarf, yes.
I am a dwarf. I do not attack people simply because they laugh at me.
Well, yes, but
Did he offer you a trade,
he did.
and did you turn it down?
I did not find it satisfactory.
That was your prerogative, sir, but you cannot then just turn that into an excuse for striking somebody. But jumping onto a table, if I understand Captain Barkman, and attacking him over his table, and very nearly setting light to the whole of his store and his smithy.
I would like to add that that was accidental. I did not intend to cause a fire.
Hmm. Indeed.
Oops.
At this point, Harold Two Trees steps up. If I may, my lord, I would just like to say, my lord, that I have known both of these gentlemen for a few days now. They've only been in the city for a couple of weeks, and they have, as you know, sir, done some splendid work on behalf of the city. They helped with the zombie ship, so I think you remember the zombie ship, and if you remember, we made the arrangement with the property. Yes, sir. And you can see he's starting to get a little bit lost. He's really struggling to find a way to say something genuinely positive. I mean, he says, but so I thought maybe their colleague might like to speak on their behalf, sir. Come forward, young lady.
She wasn't there.
Hello.
Yeah, no, she wasn't there. Oh yeah.
Would you two be quiet?
Sorry.
My apologies.
Yes, I would like to. I would like to make a statement. I would like to say, on behalf of my colleagues here, they got a little bit wayward, and I understand they can be a passionate pair. We are slightly out of sorts at the moment because we're missing a few party members, and I wasn't there to supervise them. That's on my part. That's my fault, and I'm happy to take that on board. But we do mean the best.
Are you saying that you are somehow their carer?
Yes, I am, and they probably needed my assistance. They're not the brightest sparks, and they probably didn't know what they were doing. They certainly wouldn't have intended any fatal harm to the Weekly brothers, who seem like charming, lovely men. That
two
we
of
could
them
buy
sort
a
of-
drink for.
Yeah, go on.
Great men, great.
And nudging each other and
Yeah, great guys, great guys. I would like to add that we are eager to help Ravenshaw with his daughter, and that is our biggest mission. And we don't. I'm just rambling now. And I assume that they probably would. Oh, I'm losing my train of thought.
Thank you, Miss, for your comments. You mentioned Lord Ravenshaw, and I wonder, my lord, whether you have anything you'd like to say or ask of these two, or indeed their colleague. You see the guy sort of, he looks quite different to the man that came into your house looking very worried and anxious and a little bit out of place and out of sorts here as he sits on this raised seat, almost throne-like, and this is his place. This is where he is himself. He says, I came to you in good faith, having heard your reputation to be men and women worthy of trust. I heard that you were people who were prepared to risk all for the right cause. And yet, having agreed to go on a mission to rescue my daughter, you then went about getting yourselves into a fight and locked up in prison. You have failed me and you have failed my daughter.
I would like to add, Ravenshaw, we don't know if your daughter has failed yet, and I would like to say that if we can make it up to you by taking on this mission, saving your daughter, I will keep my colleagues in check, and I can guarantee that we'll get your daughter back.
You speak well. You speak better than your colleagues, even though I am slightly confused about you. I do not know what is happening to my daughter. Captain Bartman gave me some men last night to try and recover her, but that was a fiasco. That ended up in the harbour, as did they. Captain Bartman, it's kind of, you can see he's kind of like a bit angry, a little bit embarrassed at this, and the dwarf sitting in the middle looks up and says, what is this? What happened? And Captain Bartman says, my lords, I did indeed offer some of the guard to perhaps go and see if they could help Lord Ravenshaw, but they are not the most skilled boatmen, and there was an incident and the boat capsized, and by the time they'd been fished out of the sea, there was no point in them trying to continue the mission.
Can I make a statement?
Silver tongue or truth tongue?
Honest tongue.
Honest tongue. That's a good start.
Had we been released last night, the daughter would be here now.
I do second his statement.
So the dwarf in the middle, the dwarf to the right says, Captain Bartman, can you tell me why these men were not released? And Captain Bartman says, Your Honour, it was my intention at first to find a way to release these men, particularly when I heard what they'd agreed to do for Lord Ravenshaw. But Master Silvertongue here was aggressive and offensive. I heard him speak of escape. I heard him speak of stealing keys. I heard him speak of causing more trouble. And it seemed more sensible for me to keep them in prison until today, where justice could be done. It was for that reason I offered guards to try and help Lord Ravenshaw, and I'm sorry that they were unable to achieve that.
Because they weren't as good as us.
This may be true, your lord.
Where's the
But
real
these men-
injustice?
Yeah.
Made it difficult for me to release them.
Oh, Captain's crying over there. How embarrassing. He couldn't go and save her daughter. But he can come here and cry about his men failing. I think I'd rather stay in prison than go and help.
Might I make a suggestion?
Please do.
Could I perhaps suggest that, as a way of reparation, perhaps my colleagues and I here could go now and attempt to recover Lord Ravenshaw's daughter free of charge?
On the
Regardless
grounds
of-
that we do not spend another night in prison.
as an act of, let's call it community service.
And for resolving the Captain's failure.
Oh, Rick.
Captain Bartman looks at you. And he looks at the three men sat judging you. He looks over at the two brothers who are sort of smug, watching on, enjoying what they're seeing. Says, Your Honours, may I approach? They beckon him forward. And see the four of them sort of huddle together, and there's a conversation that goes on. And then they call up Harold Two Trees, who goes along to join in this conversation. And after a few minutes, the captain comes back. Harold Two Trees comes back and looks at both of you. It's just like imploring you at this point. It's kind of like, just go with it. Just do what's the right thing. He's not speaking. You can just see in his eyes he's pleading with you to kind of just looking at you and says, "Listen."
Sorry, I don't know what I just did.
Under arrest.
Trying to take the terrier. The dwarf in the middle says, I, Swillow Harbour, Guildmaster of Sunderston, bring forth this judgment. You, Malric Silvertongue, and you, Lael you are found guilty of causing a fray, of assault, of criminal damage, of disturbing the peace, of behaviour against the city guard, unbecoming.
Cool.
It is our judgment that you will be taken from this place
Oh my god.
The dungeon master's thinking about what to do next.
It's alright, it's just, I'm thinking about when a judge is about to condemn somebody, the very words are, you will be taken from this place to another place. You will be taken from this place to the harbour, where you will undertake to do your best to resolve the situation surrounding the daughter of Lord Cedric Ravenshaw. You will do so not as free men, but as men still charged and found guilty. Should you be successful in this mission, should you return Lord Ravencroft's daughter to him alive, then the city will pardon you. Alternatively, you will be imprisoned for 3 months.
It's a no-brainer, really.
Harold Two Trees comes up to you and says, so what's your choice? What do you want to do?
Obviously the rescue mission, Harold. Obviously.
Do we get our gear back then?
Do you
My
want?
lords, a question of, just for clarity, will they get their equipment back? I believe it's at the guardhouse. Captain Barkman says, yes, all their equipment is still there. It's all safe.
Well, as long as we get it back, then yes.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No fuss.
Strilla Harbour, the guild master, looks at you and he says, my friends, when you arrived in our city, we believed you to be good men and women. We believed that you were a benefit to our city, that you brought hope when you dealt with the zombie ship. We were grateful for your help. You have marred that relationship that we've had with you. You have put us in a place where we're not sure whether we can trust you. And yet, in goodwill, we are going to let you free now to see whether you can regain that trust. We will reconvene in 2 days' time, when I will take reports from Captain Barkman and from Lord Ravenshaw on the outcome of your mission, and at that point decide whether, as we've said, we will grant you pardon. Is this agreeable to you?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say so.
Thank you for your good grace.
Is this agreeable to you?
Yes. Just about.
Captain Barkman released them and returned their equipment to you. In 2 days. I wish you success in your mission. Leave.
Let's go.
Thank you so much. And bonk your heads together.
That was fun.
On the road again.
Can I make a suggestion?
No.
We do this mission, and then we go elsewhere.
We've got to find the rest of the gang.
They're probably in prison as well.
Yeah.
Machine.
So, it's 7 o'clock.
Oh wow! I'm so
No way.
sorry.
It's 7 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
No,
To
no,
be
no.
fair, I feel like it's like 10.
Do not apologise. This wasn't what we had, or I had planned for this evening. But
It's not what any of us had planned. I don't know.
No, it's not.
You leave the court. Captain Bartman, having released your chains, you go with him back down to the guardhouse where he gives you the equipment that you want. You left there. And he says, there is a boat in the harbour. It will be ready to go at dusk.
What the will keep you?
Let's see what tomorrow brings, shall we, my friends? I suggest
Indeed.
you go back to your abode and prepare yourselves for whatever this evening brings.
Yeah.
Just lose the market.
Even Captain Bartman giggles a little bit at this. You can see that somewhere he gets something about this, you know, but
They're just
he has a job to
schoolboys.
do and he's an officer of the city. And
He's just an official.
cool.
Do you know
So you
what?
make your way back to your
Actually-
home, where there are still just the three of you at the moment.
Wait, so the guys can't come then? Next time?
Well, I
They
suppose
can,
They can.
because it leaves us with the potential that if they do make it next week,
That they
they
just
get
don't.
back in time to come on the mission with you.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if we've just come back to the house to prepare them,
Yeah.
they just got home before we left. And went, hey, rescue
What's
mission.
been
fancy
going
it?"
on?
Yeah,
We'll fill you in later.
yeah. I'm only on the boat. What boat?
Oh, you should have got to the market first though.
No.
Yeah.
We can't show our faces there for a long while. Because the townspeople will probably try and flipping throw
If he
their,
goes a bit,
throw
they're
their
not gonna
rotten
recognise
tomatoes at us.
Oh wow, that was a heavy session.
I just want to point out that that fight was your fault.
Who?
I felt egged on.
You.
Why was it his fault?
Because he's the one who suggested it.
Did I?
Yeah.
We'll see later. Whose fault it was?
What?
Who, me?
Love me?
For the record, I didn't want to fight.
Yeah, but you were like, okay, that's fine.
I was just thinking for the role play. I didn't think it was going to take the whole session.
So the price to bow is a good price
Yes,
for a well-made brand new bow.
I do actually agree. I just thought it would be fun.
Yeah. It has no special powers. It's no +1 strength or anything like that. So
Yeah, it's just a nice bow.
yeah, and he's a dealer. Yes, it's Wednesday weekly.
Wednesday weekly. I love that.
Oh, I'd say